Oh, hi Stevie. Welcome back to a new video, or welcome if you are new. Happy Monday. We're gonna do a little Monday motivational vlog, just being productive, starting off our week on the right note. Hopefully you guys can watch this and let's see, you'll get a Wednesday motivation when you see this, right? Yeah, I think so. Today is just honestly a typical Monday. A lot of just like planning for the week, filming some content here and there. I also have some editing to do, but I actually did some editing. I had a few TikToks to edit, and I actually did that this morning while I was on my walk, which we'll talk all about Auggie in a little bit, because if you guys saw my TikToks, if I posted already, or my Instagram story, Auggie was in the hospital this weekend. He's doing better, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. I also would love to go and get a couple of copies of my house keys just to give to like my girlfriend and whatnot, because this weekend kind of made me realize when I was in the hospital with Auggie, like it would have been really convenient to just be like, hey, can you go over and hang out with Stevie, instead of having to like come get the key from me and then go to Stevie, you know, because I was at the hospital with Auggie for so long. So I just realized for convenience purposes that would definitely be helpful. So I'd really like to go and do that today if I have time. My mom comes on Wednesday, so I really just want to plan my week and figure out not only like what I want to do with her, but also like what I need to do before she gets here and what work I have to do this week. I'm gonna go and sit at my computer, answer a couple of emails, and do some content planning, and then I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. But I started my morning the obvious typical way, made coffee, read, which I need to talk about my book. Oh my god. And went on a walk, and then had some breakfast, did a little workout, showered and got ready for the day, and now here we are, and it's just afternoon. Let's go and begin our productive Monday. I just got so much work done. It feels so good, and I'm spending lunch with you guys today. I'm in the book club book chat for this month, and I'm about to eat some leftover tuna salad and then also a little bit of this chicken salad because that's just a little chunk. And then I'm also gonna have a clementine. We're just chatting away. If you guys aren't in my book club, you need to. It's so fun, completely free. You literally just read the book of the month if you want to read it, and join the chat if you want to join. It's all just fun and games, and just to bring us all together. Myself in the cardboard box, feeling sitting deep down. Oh no, Natalie got a shot. Oh my god.
That hurt bad. I felt it going into my vein.
Ew.
I linger as the ground shakes. Paper cuts on what could have been. Every morning made us better.
Yeah,
if only you.
Yes. While I feed Auggie his dinner, I figured we could talk about why the poor guy was in the hospital over the weekend. I noticed probably like Wednesday or Thursday that he wasn't really eating much of his food, and I wasn't too concerned because he does get like that anytime his routine is thrown off at all, or if he's like anxious for any reason, he will be a weird eater. And on top of that, he's already a weird eater. Like literally some days he scarfs his food down his entire bowl. Other days he barely touches it. Like he's just a picky eater. He's a little more of like a grazer than like an eat what's in front of you dog. Like Stevie will finish her plate no matter what gets put in front of her. Auggie, like he'll pick and choose what he wants when he wants, you know? I wasn't like too concerned, but I made note of it because anytime obviously your dog isn't like being totally themselves, you notice like right off the bat. I made note of it, and I also noticed probably like Thursday night that he was eating a little bit of grass, which obviously is like number one telltale sign of like a dog's stomach being upset. Also, Augie's weird, and he's one of those dogs that will eat things outside. Like it's so bad. He's like one of those dogs, you know? So again, that was like not too weird for him. Like again, I was like, okay, in combination, like something's clearly wrong, but like his stool was fine and he wasn't vomiting or anything. So I just like made note of it. Friday, I noticed he was just like not himself. He is always a super sleepy dog, but you know, you just can tell. You can just tell when it's not quite right, and he just was not being quite himself. Like the look in his eyes, I don't know, he just like really wasn't himself. I noticed that he would drink water and kind of like regurgitate it back up. Like he wasn't like dry heaving or anything like that, but he was just kind of like, he'd drink and it would just like instantly come back up. I was just kind of watching him throughout the day. And then I started to wonder if he had like a block in his stomach, like if he ate something or something like that. He like got up to go outside kind of quickly, and I was like, oh, I wonder like what his stool is gonna look like. So I got up and followed him to watch him go outside. And this was like midway through Friday. It was like Friday afternoon. And you guys, he goes outside and he instantly just releases this massive amount of blood out of his behind. No solid anything, nothing made of fecal matter, straight blood. So obviously instantly I panicked. I was like, oh my God, like that's like worst case. Like I literally was like, oh my God, oh my God. And I was already worried. Like I was already texting my mom for advice, being like, I don't know if I should take him into the vet because he was vomiting his water, he wasn't eating. I like hadn't really panicked yet. Of course, vomiting is like never a good thing. And of course, like not eating is never a good thing. And of course, not acting like themselves is never a good thing. But those are things that like every once in a while will kind of happen to him. You know, he's just kind of like one of those dogs that's sort of like a little finicky sometimes. But when it was all combined and it had been like over a day of it being like that is when I started to worry. And then as soon as the blood came out, I was like, oh, this is really bad. So of course I immediately take him to the emergency vet. They take us back and whatever, they take him back for testing. They like pretty much right away knew what it was. It's called like hemorrhagic gastroenteritis, or wait, something like that. They pretty much knew right away it was that, but because he is one of those dogs that just like sometimes just like he just like be eating stuff sometimes, I was like, can you please just give him all the tests to just make sure he didn't swallow something or whatever, which they of course did. And that was all cleared. All of his blood work was, are you chewing on my scrunchie? All of his blood work was fine, except he was really, really dehydrated, which makes sense. You know, he hadn't been eating, he hadn't been drinking water. Well, he had been drinking water, but then he would throw it back up and then blood loss and everything. Like that made sense, obviously. They let me know like 99% of the time the dogs fully recover and like this is, you caught it very early, because like that was the first bloody bowel movement. I mean, I see everything that comes out of Auggie. Like that was the very first one that was of concern. But they wanted to keep him overnight because he was so dehydrated, and also because, you know, the vomiting, the bloody diarrhea, if you can even consider it diarrhea, and he wasn't eating and stuff. So obviously they wanted to keep him. He also needed he needed like potassium as well, which is like cute because I needed potassium when I was sick. By the next morning, he was no longer vomiting. They had given him like anti-diarrheal, anti-nausea, or anti-vomiting, whatever it is. And then obviously like an antibiotic and things like that. And so the next morning he hadn't been vomiting. He still had some diarrhea and he wasn't eating. And so they wanted to keep him an extra day since he wasn't eating yet. So then they kept him an extra day. Then by the next morning, he's eating again and his stool was totally normal. He didn't have any diarrhea anymore. It was like back to normal, and he wasn't vomiting either, so he was able to come home. He is still technically recovering. He's on the antibiotic and then like a few other probiotics and things like that for a little while. He's gonna make a full recovery. It was caught early enough and it's not something that's like ongoing. So yeah, he spent the entire weekend at the hospital, Friday to Sunday, and I picked him up on Sunday morning, and it was just like, it was crazy because I've had him for almost 3 years and I've never had to take him to the vet, I don't think for like any concern. And I've never had to take a dog to the ER before. Like my family has, but not me. So that was like a whole new experience and really scary. Crazy weekend, but he's back home. He's doing better. I wouldn't say he's like at 100, but like, of course not, you know? He had an intestinal bleed. Like, he's not gonna be back normal for a little while, but me and Stevie missed him. I was just so thankful to have Stevie. Like, when Auggie was gone, I was like, if I was here alone without Auggie, thinking about poor Auggie in the hospital, like, oh, my heart. It was so sad. I also, you guys, did so much today. I was so productive. Let's go through my checklist. I planned my content for the week. I posted a TikTok, an Instagram reel, and a YouTube short, and a Snapchat highlight. Book club, book chat, edited a vlog for TikTok. I had to send an email for taxes. I did that. Filmed the first day of this like week-long video thing I'm doing. Filmed an update for a book video I'm doing. I listed a bunch of stuff on Depop, and I went and did some stuff for my house that I had to do. Feeling very productive. I went out for a walk with Natalie and we did some stuff I had to get done. Oh, I meant to get flowers. I'll do that tomorrow. I'm feeling really productive. Like, that was great because I was looking at this yesterday being like, oof, like this is gonna be a busy few days, but yay, I'm so glad I did all that. I'm gonna spend the rest of my evening just chilling and reading a bit, making some dinner. I don't know what I'm gonna have, but I need to just like collect my thoughts and rest for a few minutes. Look at this cute scrunchie I got from Etsy. How cute is that? Obviously my hair is just in like a random little messy pony, but like in the summertime when it's hot out, just like get it off my neck. Ugh, it's gonna be so cute. It is time to change my Dexcom. I'm gonna put it like, I've never done it in here, but that scares me. Let's just do it where we always do it. If any of you are new here, this is my continuous glucose monitor that I use to monitor my blood sugar because I'm a type 1 diabetic. It sends readings to my phone every 5 minutes. That really hurt. That really hurt this time. Ooh, that really hurt this time. Ow! Ooh, ow, 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 ow. I've also been bleeding a lot recently, which like is weird. Ow, that one hurt. But she's on. Ah, got it. Okay, done. Yum. You can't tell, but I just self-tan. This is my go-to self-tan shirt. I actually usually wear these like black sweatpants I have, but I'm wearing these pink Skims ones right now just because these are just as wide leg. Honestly, they're already old and stained anyway. But I wanted to give you guys a self-tan rec because I tried out a self-tanner. I'm obsessed with it. I've never been a self-tan girl, and ever since I found this is my third time doing it, so I'm pretty committed at this point. But the Coco and Eve Sunny Honey Ultra Dark Bali Bronzing Foam. That's what I use. I've heard that the face one is really good too. I'm just afraid to do a lot of things on my skin. It's like the trauma from being an acne girly. Love that stuff. The smell, when you put it on, it smells really good. It doesn't smell like self-tan, like it's a nice smell. After you shower and everything the next day, the smell is totally gone. There's like a slight lingering armpit smell, but that's like almost unavoidable. Unavoidable with self-tan, and in comparison, I feel like it's not bad. You just kind of need like extra deodorant for like 2 or 3 days. I'm gonna go and make myself some dessert, and then I have to give Auggie his last round of medicine for the day in about an hour. I think I'm just gonna spend the evening reading. I kind of want to be off my phone. I've been kind of a bit of a phone addict the last few days, it feels, or like last week I was. I don't know. When I spend a lot of time alone and being really productive, I just get like sucked into my own world of like being productive, and then I like just get so sucked into like work stuff and whatever, and then because that's on my phone, then I get sucked into just scrolling on social media, and then I'm like, okay, I haven't like looked out into the world in hours. I need to do that. I'm gonna read tonight while I eat my dessert. I'm just gonna do a little yogurt bowl, my favorite.
Found myself in a cardboard box.